Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Ryan's Trains. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend, an amazing weekday. Today's review is going to be something very, very interesting on the layout. So we're going to be viewing an old Lionel corporate engine right here. And this actually comes with a full set. So this is going to be an interesting review to learn more history about the first gen Lionel engines that started the legacy in what we have today. So this is gonna be an amazing review. So let's cut into this amazing little Hudson we got right here. So this is actually not a Hudson type locomotive, but actually a Prairie type steam engine. The 2626 was actually made in 1951. 1951 during the Korean War. This engine I got from my grandpa, but actually my grandpa told me his friend was selling off his old personal train collection he had as a kid, so he got in contact with me and I bought the engine from him. And I just want to thank you for my grandpa who told me about this engine being for sale. This engine is very, very cool with the history it comes. That it's actually amazing. I'm not really into like old pre-war and post-war engines, but having something like this is kind of nice to run on the layout. When you're having this engine running, it actually puffs out smoke on it, and I know for me as a newcomer to post-war steam locomotives, that this is pretty new to me. A very amazing type of steam locomotive that I've ever seen. I thought it was a Hudson because Lionel based all these engines off on the Hudsons from the New York Central, which after watching a video of Nick's Crossings, shout out to Nick's Crossings. He's an amazing YouTuber who does the same type of stuff that I do with trains, but he does it a lot more cool, what I mean. And while watching his videos, it was a prairie type steam locomotive, so this is actually a prairie. And prairies are very useful locomotives on the railroads. They hold passengers, freight trains, even up my videos, Rail Fanny on the Leona Northern. Number 4 spot's actually a prairie type steam locomotive. Even though a prairie does not look like this, where you see a 4 spot, number 4, that's why I call it 4 spot. It doesn't look anything like this. So there's not a lot of history I'm going to go with this engine, but this engine was made during the Korean War and it came with a little set. And I'll be showing you this set right now with the train. So I'm going to be running this engine a little later, but this engine cannot pull a lot of cars, I should say. Like, I tried hooking up the rest of the cars with it, and the engine was struggling a lot. Let's just say it was wheel spinning a lot. So I had to like maximize, like shorten the train a bit, so the engine could still have a good job of pulling and not spin its poor motor out. But the thing I like you don't see a lot with line out engines, you can just push it like this, and it's got a flywheel. You don't recommend doing this, but this is a cool little thing finding out this. I'm being very gentle with this engine. And on the front of it, you can see I really like the front, is that little green marker lights, and I just like this engine a lot. Like, the little fan, I think that's like a fan air tank right there with this engine, which looks pretty weird. But we're just gonna, sorry if my head shadows in the way, we're just gonna look very detailed in this engine. And right there, if you see, I'm trying to get my shadow out of the way, but right there you see that's weights in there. So I guess when he was a kid, he must took this thing off and put weights on there, because I guess the tender must have been coming off a lot. I've been trying to dust off the engine, so you're going to see a lot of dusting on this thing. It's a work in progress of slowly cleaning the locomotive and everything. Right here we got a Lionel flat car. Very nice. You can put some trailers on there or a little bit of stuff in there. And the Lehigh Valley coal car. I know it's pretty dusty, guys, but see if you see if there's anything in there. There was like coal particles in it, but I took it out. This is pretty dusty. I cleaned it off. We got a Lionel gondola car, a Sunoco tank car, which I really like, a flatbed trailer, and a Lionel Lines caboose. And the thing I really like about this trailer right here, it says Copper Jarnett Incorporated, Kansas City, Chicago, and New York and Philadelphia. But I really like this car. If you look right here, the top actually comes off so you can put some stuff in there. And actually, oh, there's actually some wires in there. Don't even know why there's wires in there, but the more you know with this stuff. So you just put the thing right back up there. Then we got the Lionel Lines caboose, which everything in this engine is very amazing. But one thing I've got to tell you, this engine does not have what you see in a Legacy, like with the modern Lionel stuff. You see like whistle steam, Bluetooth, everything you got, sounds. This engine doesn't got no sounds with it. So this engine, all you're just gonna be hearing is the old motor be running along. This engine does puff out smoke, so I may have to buy smoke pellets for it or smoke flue, which I really don't know. But I'll be showing you guys the other cars to this train set. So let me just end the video. So here we go. We got the other set with the train car. We got an N&W hopper car. Well, it's actually a covered hopper. A Pennsylvania flat car I got actually at an antique store, but I thought it'd be nice to include that car, and it's a very nice Pennsylvania car. And the car I actually like in the back right here is a Lionel Lines crane car. This thing is very nice. Very nice detail. This is semi-scaled crane car, and it acts like the MTH Milwaukee Road one that I showed you guys with the Plymouth switcher. Let me just pull this. So you actually got little levers right here. You can turn the crane. You can turn the crane boom down and up, and you could turn the crane like this. And this actually lowers the hook down. Let's see if it actually works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it works. It's just you can see it. Sometimes it's going up, sometimes it's going down. But I don't want to wreck it. This crane car is very nice. We'll probably switch it out with the train. Switch out the cars out and put flat cars, gondola cars, and have the crane car riding behind like a work train of a post-war. But I'm actually going to move the cars out, and we're going to get the scaled Milwaukee Road crane car. I'm going to put these two side by sides to compare the Lionel and the MTH one, like the old and the modern, how they came in the new generations of what they did and what they made to improve the models. So let's go get that and see the new thing about that. So here is the MTH Milwaukee Road crane car, and next to it is the Lionel Lines crane car. Let me move out of the way so you guys don't see. Oh, sorry. So you guys don't see my head shadow. But here is the two sides. This is 027 scale, and this is scaled right here. So you see the two cars are basically not quite the same, but they're different. This one's a steam era crane car, so basically it's like a steam engine, but the steam engine's powering the crane to move, and basically there'll be smoke coming out. And here we got a diesel-powered Milwaukee Road crane car. I was going to get another one that was Duluth, Mesabi, and Iron Range on trains.com, but the thing went so fast out of stock, and I didn't have time to get it. And it came with its crane, and it came with the crane boom car with this crane. With the DMIR crane, but we're going to talk about the Lionel one right here. And you can see they're both in different scale and size and what I said before. And right here, you put like a little key in there for one of the windows to make the boom go down, the hooks go down, and everything. And this one, you just use your hand, and you just use the little turning wheels to turn which position you want this in. But before I end this video off with the Rhine session, we're going to be bringing another post-war steam locomotive next to this. And this one is actually a Marx steam locomotive. So here is a Marx Southern Pacific, I think Atlantic steam locomotive. You could tell it's very different because somehow this locomotive's got a horn on top of it. But I got this actually in an abandoned barn. Fun fact, the engine was sitting in an abandoned barn, and me and my dad saw this, and we took it. An accident when I was a kid, I painted that to make it look like the number board's lit up, but I'm going to clean that off and get all that paint off. But you mostly seen this engine sitting in the train park, sitting down there, and it used to be down in Leona, way back there. Sorry that thing's in the way, but yeah, it used to be all the way back down there. And now the engine's finally moved up to Lakewood to be sitting in its permanent spot. And with the Lionel post-war 2026. So you can look at the two differences. That this is Lionel and that is Marx, and both of the sizes with the locomotives are very different. There's like cast-in detail, and the Lionel one's got more detail to it than the Marx. And this one, I don't know when this came. I think it came out in the 40s with this set, with the Southern Pacific one. And these are the two locomotives right here. So now let's cut into the engine's running session. We'll be switching out different cars for the 2026. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's cut on to the running session. Well, thank you guys for coming around and watching this amazing video of this Lionel post-war 2026 steam locomotive. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I really enjoyed learning the history of this amazing steam engine. But I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Stay safe out there. Have an amazing Friday. But before I go, the next review we're going to be doing is something legacy, and that is a Lionel Rock Island GP35. This engine is a bit used, but this is going to be an amazing review on this amazing locomotive. So I hope you guys enjoy. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.